Long ago, on the fields of battle, in the year 2017, two men met to decide once and for all what the most metal things in the universe are. For there can be only one. What's more metal? With your hosts, Dan Weber, Nariko.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another edition of What's More Metal. My name is Dan Weber, and joining me, as always, is the finish him to my get over here, Nariko. Everybody.
What's up?
If you're not familiar with the show, this is a show where me and Nariko, two badass baseball bat dueling comedians, decide what the most metal things in the universe are with an array of random topics. This week's random topics are Mortal Kombat Fatality and depiction of Satan in any medium.
Yeah.
So metal topics just in general right off the bat. So we're going to be splitting hairs for the most part, but so we're going to do that. Which one do you want to do first before we do anything else?
Oh, fuck. Those are both pretty great. I don't know. I'm down with either, but I'm feeling pretty strong about both. Let's start with Mortal Kombat Fatalities.
Sure.
Fuck it.
Let's do that. And also joining us, I don't want to forget him, our super metal producer, Lord Raw Dog himself, Randy.
Yeah.
The man whose laughs make this podcast go. Like that's without that it would just be a silent mess. All right. Yeah. So as always, because it's quarantine and neither one of us probably did anything over the last couple of weeks. So we're instead we'll try to find good news, which also turns out pretty hard to do, but Randy, through hours of research, has actually found a story that we can use.
Yeah, I found something. I mean, which one do you want? Do you want the one that's like, huh? Or the one that's like, all right?
All right.
Dude, we don't have a choice. It's quarantine.
This came, it was about a month ago. The Empire State Building in New York is now completely on wind power. So, Congratulations.
We did it, baby! Fuck you, flying cars!
Does it have a giant turbine at the top of it? Because that would be kind of adorable. Like it's wearing one of those beanies with a propeller on it.
It's covered in pinwheels.
It's covered in pinwheels, just sticking out off to the side.
It's covered in those plastic sunflowers that spin that are all over your grandparents' lawn. Just the whole building. It's coated with them. The whole roof is wacky inflatable arm guys. Like, that's it.
I still remember there was that one, I don't know if it's urban legend or whatever, where if you dropped a penny off the top of the Empire State Building, it would go right through a person if it hit them on the way down.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know if that's true, but I've wanted it to be true my whole life, so I'm just going to assume that it still is.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I don't know. The terminal velocity would maybe make it not possible.
It's not. I think the wind resistance would stop a penny from picking up any kind of steam. But I would say that would make a sick Mortal Kombat fatality.
That is true.
It would.
It would make a sick one.
Yeah.
You know what? It probably would happen if you sharpened the edges of the penny and dropped it sideways so it drops straight down. Like a tiny razor blade, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But if the wind picked up, it would still blow it somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm probably wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe in a vacuum.
In a perfect vacuum.
In a vacuum falling toward a black hole. I think if you're standing right between it and a black hole, I think that would probably hurt. I think it would make a really cool fatality, though, if like, Katana just, like you punch Raiden, and he starts like doing the dizzy thing, and then Katana runs up like 800 flights of stairs to the top of a building, and then just puts a single penny on the edge and goes scooch, and then it fucking slices you in half on the other side.
Honestly, from when I researched this, that would not be out of the realm of possibility for them to do. Like, there was a lot of extremely elaborate ones that I didn't pick, but they were like, what this is so much shit happening here.
They should make a like Cyanide and Happiness or whatever should like make a fighting game, and it's just full of like really like you crawl inside a guy's like pee hole and you just live. You just live there. You start setting up pictures on the wall and shit. You just build a little home, and that's the fatality. Then the guy grows old. He dies in bed. Big lump in his dick.
Cyanide and Happiness is metal as fuck. That is
great.
That one and the Perry Bible Fellowship. Those two web comics are fucking amazing.
Fantastic.
I don't know. I think Cyanide and Happiness comes out more often, but the Perry Bible Fellowship is significantly more fucked up on a regular basis. Whenever they do it, it's just like, Jesus Christ. This is messed up. Do you know what I'm talking? Have you seen it? Do you know what
I
I'm
have
talking
not, but I'm gonna give him a follow right now.
Dude, check it out. It's like if the Far Side, if Gary Larson had done a bunch of bad black acid in the 60s and started drawing like surreal, horrific shit.
Oh, there we are. Cool.
A What's More Metal recommendation, the Perry Bible Fellowship and Cyanide and Happiness. Both good things to check out.
For sure.
We got a sponsor this week.
Oh shit!
You know, they sent me a copy they want me to read.
Okay.
So here we go. Our new sponsor. Hello. Are you someone that has done something terribly bad? Did you write an apology and you aren't sure if it's quite up to snuff? We here at the North American Apology Review Board are happy to help. Send us your apology and we'll tell you if it's worth the shit. For example, I truly regret what I have done to you. The bare minimum, but that's acceptable. I regret that you felt that I hurt you. Try again, you edgelord dipshit. I'm sorry I groomed you as a child and filmed us having sex when you were 17. Kill yourself, Chris D'Elia, you hack fuck. So whether you are a deadbeat dad who feels guilty now that his kids are grown, a boss who belittled your employees and now needs them to testify on your behalf for a lawsuit, or you're Mike Birbiglia, you know what the fuck you did. You should call the North American Apology Review Board, and we'll probably tell you you're a waste of cum.
Waste of cum is so fucking.
That's great.
That's low. That's a low.
Cum isn't worth much already.
Yeah, it's worth pennies.
I waste it
$1.
on a regular basis.
Yeah. My God, waste of cum. I was gonna say the Chris D'Elia thing is even more pathetic and fucked up than I fucking thought it was, because I was reading about it, and his wife found an external hard drive that they both use, but on a hidden folder on it, I'm guessing labeled like taxes 2014 or something. There was the dude had just screen filmed himself on Omegle jerking off in front of teens. Like, that's like, how low is that?
Really?
You know what Omegle is? Like that's the chat roulette.
It's horrific. Yeah.
It's just chat roulette. So you get random people that show up on your thing. So whenever he surprised a couple of like kids, he was just, he was jerking off, and he filmed that. Like, that's what, like, so he recorded that on his computer. I mean, allegedly or whatever. But like, that's according to the articles I read, which is like,
that's fucking bonkers. That's fucking bonkers.
It's so scuzzy and, complete, like, absolute, pederast shit. But it's also like low. It's just the lowest. That's you know what I mean? Like,
it's
I don't know.
Pathetic.
Like, that's like the thing that got all this happened. It was like his wife that wanted a divorce. It was like, oh, look at that. Like,
wow,
this is the grossest thing. Yeah, like, that's fucking. But like that to me was just like on a, you know what I mean? Like it's like that dude is just like a step away from just like having a trench coat and being like, "Oh, can you help me find the?"
Dude, he did.
You know, like,
he just didn't film it. I mean,
right?
He had a trench coat. He walked by a grade school, but he forgot to film himself that day.
Yeah, the trench coat was his laptop.
Yes. Fucking what a disgusting pile of shit.
Yeah.
Good riddance to him and all of the piles of shit like him.
I love that he played a pedophile too on Workaholics. That's
I thought didn't he? He
probably
also
insisted on it.
played a stalker on that other show, like I think was what it was called, the one on Netflix.
Oh, right.
He played a guy who seduces teenage girls. It's like, come on, man, you know.
I mean, he was method acting.
He was
they probably were
certainly
like-
method acting.
What if he was just like, "Hey, well, instead of just being like a janitor, what if this guy instead molests kids?" Just throwing it out there.
And the writer's room is like, dude, it's just a bit part on Seinfeld. Get the fuck out of here. Like,
They're like,
yeah, but look, listen. Like,
what if How I Met Your Mother was when she was in school? And, I love the idea of like, yeah, like why do you keep pitching this idea? I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
it's just something I feel really strongly about.
Yeah, right. Ugh. So funny.
Anyway, and I do, I will not lie. I do hate Mike Birbiglia with every fiber of my fucking being. And I actually put that in there as a shout out to Mira Death, who I was not on the show to talk about. And we bonded significantly over our mutual hatred of Mike Birbiglia. She's the only other person I've ever met that hates him as much as I do, which was, most people just don't have an opinion, and I just want him to die and I want to watch. All right. So anyway, so we're going to do first Mortal Kombat Fatality.
Yeah.
All right. So in order to decide who goes first, we're going to do it in the most metal way possible. We're going to have Randy roll our trademark What's More Metal brand 20-sided die. Mm-hmm. The one says What's More Metal because we're just that fucking cool. And the 20 said Snatch Twombo because somebody wants to give me a stroke. And if you could roll for me first and then Nariko, that would be great. Randy.
Sure. Dan, you got a 12.
Not bad.
Nope. And Nariko, you got an 11.
Wow.
So
I don't
I'm
believe
going
you.
first.
Seems like a real fake roll.
Are you fudging the rolls, Randy?
That'd be so funny if you just it's like clickety clack click. Oh, Dan got a 12, and then just no sound. You got a 2. It's like what?
You got a 1. I don't know how this happened again.
And Rico, you got a less than that, I guess.
So anyway, so my choice for most metal, Mortal Kombat Fatality. I sent you the GIF.
You did indeed.
It is from Mortal Kombat 11. It involves the character Kano. And he kills somebody with a beer bottle and then does a waltz with them while they were dying and blood is fountaining out of the beer bottle. And the reason I love it, A, involves a beer bottle. B, he's Australian, so that's a little bit fucking racist. Like that's like, I mean, the only way that could be worse if he was Irish. And third, I just like the whimsy of it. Like he's just like twirling him around, and then he's getting sprayed in the face with blood. That's just epic. I love all of it. The theatrics of it, everything. So fucking good. So that's my choice for most metal Mortal Kombat Fatality. The crazy cyborg Australian Kano stabbing a person to death. Actually, he chugs the beer first and then breaks the bottle over their head and then stabs him with it. And I've got to say, I've wanted to do that myself a few times in a bar. So,
oh, nice. Yeah, that's what they call glassing a guy in England.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up.
Yeah.
That there's there's a verb, there's a word for something that happens so frequently. Yeah, that's great. I like that a guy's like, hey, just chug this for a second.
Just smash,
Oh, that's so funny. When you said beer bottle, I thought this was going to go in a Fatty Arbuckle kind of direction, like where you see the where you stick it in their asshole and you stomp on it. Anybody?
Oh,
That'd just be
Fatty Arbuckle. I do not know.
Yeah, okay, so he was a early 1900s, 1920s
I know he was
actor.
a comic. Yeah, he was a comedic actor.
And then
yeah.
yeah, and so like like this actress died at like his apartment at a party, like and so like the yellow journalism at the time and stuff just started making up the most horrific shit you can fucking possibly think of and publishing it, and that was one of the rumored like stories that came out, was just like, oh yeah, you see, and like, so it's just twisted, fucked up shit.
Yeah,
he had a barbed wire condom, and then what he would do, and you're just like, good lord. You're like, anyway, print it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And journalism has changed so much in the intervening years.
Yeah.
It's gotten so much better.
Now they would just say, former CIA chief reporting or whatever. You're like, oh. Well, they would never lie.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great choice. I do like that the bottle fills with blood and like fountains out of a single hose. It's pretty great.
Yeah. Anatomically unlikely, but still hilarious. So that's my choice. Kano. Nariko, what do you got?
Okay. Well, my choice, Dan, is from a much earlier iteration of Mortal Kombat. This is from Mortal Kombat 3. And the character Smoke has a great fatality where, so Smoke went through a bunch of iterations where he's like, but in this one, he's a little more robotic as opposed to like just a ninja. But in this fatality, his chest opens up, a bunch of bombs roll out of his chest, and then the earth blows up. They cut to the earth in space and it explodes. I love a fatality where you die too. It's so fucking fantastic. It's like, what's a better fatality than I've blown up everything we know. It's really stupid. Mortal Kombat 3 had really fantastic cartoonish fatalities.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite, blowing up the earth.
That is pretty good. So those are our choices. Me, Kano with a beer bottle. Nariko, the character Smoke, vaporizing the planet. I have a backup. One backup. It's also from Mortal Kombat 11 because I like the graphics of it. Mm-hmm. It was Shao Kahn. Hitting a guy hitting him with a hammer a couple of times, and then basically golf swinging, hitting his head, and it's shooting out of his ass and and flying into the camera. So, can you put up the GIF on that?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, and I just like, and it like his mouth is open, like like he's screaming on its way out of his asshole. I just think it's fucking fantastic.
That fucking rocks. I'm glad to see they're bringing back some of the silly ones too. That's
yeah.
I mean, I honestly, man, that Warhammer is tight. Like that's a dope looking Warhammer. I guess he's probably an overpowered character. I think he used to be a boss in most of them.
Yeah. How do you figure?
Well, I mean, the Morningstar kind of gives it away. Although fucking nowadays, like who knows? Some of them have bazookas and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my backup is Shao Kahn with basically a golf swing out the asshole.
Okay, that's great. My backup is from the early thousands Mortal Kombat. It's just called Mortal Kombat. Kung Lao throws his saw blade hat into the ground, and it keeps spinning. And then his victim, who's still laying on the ground, he grabs by both ankles and pulls them dick first through the saw blade.
Yeah.
Cutting them in half, which is fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Also, a guy that throws a hat is so fucking stupid. I love it. love a guy just throws his hat.
There was one in Mortal Kombat 11 for that character where he throws his hat in the air and it starts spinning, just stationary. And then he grabbed the person by the ankles and swings him, or by the head, swings them around once, throws their ankles through it, and then cuts off their knees and then their torso, and then shoves their body through the hat, and it just like cuts them in half. But he just shaves them off like chunk at a time. Fucking ridiculous. And it's still a spinning hat. It's just a spinning fucking hat.
It's still a hat. Still a fun hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I don't know. It just I saw it and I was like, well, plus this one has the added bonus is like the person is screaming on the ground while you're pulling them through, which is just an extra level of good lord.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Randy.
Yep.
Randy was telling us a story about Mortal Kombat 11. And after doing the research for all of the fatalities, many of the development team needed to go to therapy.
They got diagnosed with PTSD.
they suffered PTSD and had to go to therapy. To which I say, you're a bunch of clown ass bitches. That's fucking sad. Like, are you kidding? No. That gave you PTSD? How good was your life before you started working on that? That's the thing that traumatized you. Go fuck yourself.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, you're right. Like, all I can do is see Kung Lao's hat coming for me. I just, I can't look at hats anymore.
I mean, dude, if somebody came to me and was talking to me and they're like, yeah, you know what? I'm having a hard time sleeping after working on this game. I'd just be like, buck up, camper. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, how good was your life that this is the worst thing that's happened to you?
I would be like,
what the fuck?
I'd be like, oh man, what's that game? Fucking, what? A game that fucked you up for life is a sick game.
Maybe in the future when they're doing they're asking like searching for developers on the hiring thing, on the bottom like where they show like requirements like must have 4 years of college and 10 years of experience, and at the very bottom it says and must be molested, so that you don't this isn't gonna bother you a little bit.
Fine.
You're just gonna waltz right through the fucking horrors of this thing.
He's like, look, after Mortal Kombat, I went through a lot of therapy, and I'm still so shell-shocked. I can't do it. But I got a new job working for Happy Tree Friends. It sounds pretty good. Sounds like it's going to be real chill.
What is Happy Tree Friends?
You don't know Happy Tree Friends? It's it's a series of short, cartoons, but it's really cute bunnies and shit, and they all just cut each other to bits and fuck each other up. But it's hilarious. Like, there's like one where like a rabbit what happens? He falls and his eye gets stuck on a twig, but then the vein of his eye pops out and he's hanging by it, and he's just slowly like being pulled lower and lower by his own body weight as his like eye vein comes out of his head. It's pretty great.
Is this what the Christmas critters from South Park are based on?
Probably. Yeah. Look up Happy Tree Friends. It's great.
Dope as fuck.
Yes. I don't have the same boundaries as apparently the developers for Mortal Kombat 11 did, so I'm perfectly fine with such things.
I love the idea too that somebody was like, I don't know, it's some fighting game. Like, never heard of it.
So that anyway, yeah. I mean, there are jobs in software that would do that to you. Like the people who review videos for Facebook and have to see like that kind of shit, like the horrible shit people try to post up. That makes sense to me. They have a counselor on staff, and they should. But you're fucking working on a video game, like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I looked up Happy Tree Friends, and I immediately found that video, so I'll be posting that on our What's More Metal page
Excellent.
very soon.
So I think that brings us to our next topic.
Next topic.
And by the way, I forgot to say, if you want to vote on what Nariko and I's choices are tonight, you can do so in the comments. Also, leave a few extra categories that you want Nariko and I to do, and we might pick them at the end of the show at the Ride the Lightning round, just to give us, try to stump us, try to give us something that we can't possibly find something metal about, and I guarantee that we probably can. But our this topic is depiction of Satan in any medium. I went first last time. Nariko gets to go first this time. Nariko, what's your choice for most metal depiction of Satan in anything?
Okay. Well, this was another fun one. But I chose as the most metal depiction of Satan in any medium was from the April 1st, 2001 Son of God's miniseries, where the devil is Barack Obama. The devil shows up in the desert to try to trick Jesus into eating bread. Nice try, Satan. And that's really the scene. And a Moroccan actor, Mohammed Mehdi Ouzani, he looks exactly like, they even put extra makeup on him so he looks like Barack Obama 100%. I forgot to send Randy a picture, but
I'll try and find one real quick.
Yeah, it's Son of God miniseries. And it came out April 1st, 2001, so April Fool's Day.
Yes.
And the scene is from Matthew 4:3, and it's where Jesus has been fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. And then the devil, like a fucking asshole, shows up and offers him bread. So that's the scene. I love how every time the devil shows up, it's just like, oh, he's just doing something kind of. It's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be picking on this Job guy or whatever.
Yeah, right. No, anyway.
Well, not that one. I mean, I guess that was both of them. that
both
was the
of them
opposite.
fucking with, it was Satan betting God that Job would still love him even if God fucked him over real hard.
Yeah, it was reverse psychology, which you should see right through as the Son of God. I bet you won't torture this guy. You're on. Shotguns of beer.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Yeah, the same people who made that miniseries are the ones who made the Bible miniseries before, and also had Satan that looked exactly like Barack Obama. And they're both.
I think the Son of God is from the Bible miniseries. It's that same one.
Oh, it's that check. Well, they did one for the Old Testament, and then they did a second one for the New Testament.
Oh, okay.
And the New Testament clearly mostly about Jesus.
Yeah, this was this one was all about Jesus, and it was in 3 parts, and they were So in that scene, Black Prez tempts White Jesus is what I have written down here.
Yes. I don't remember where he shows up in the Old Testament one, but he shows up in the very first disc. I bought the discs. I have it on DVD to this day. Nice. Because I had to watch 2 things. I had to watch the Sodom and Gomorrah scene, which is even better than you would hope. Because the angels in that one are ninjas, and they murder a shit ton of people on their way out as they get Lot out of the city. Then they skipped the part where Lot fucks his daughters, which I was really weird about.
All right. Well, hold on.
Fuck you.
That's where his daughters tricked him into fucking them.
Get him drunk.
Which is the fucking grossest shit. You're like, I'm like, oh, he told this story later. This is Lot's perspective.
Lots. That's like plausible deniability.
Yeah.
And then I had to watch all the stuff with Samson because that was fucking hilarious, and it is good. They don't do it justice, but.
In the Old Testament one, is it a snake with Barack Obama's face on it?
No, it's not. That would be hilarious. I don't remember. I don't. I think he mocks Adam and Eve as they flee the Garden of Eden.
I just like his face on a snake, and he's all trust in me, trust in me.
Yeah. They Hamilton that shit. It's like a musical. Mm-hmm. God, I want to see that musical. I want that guy to make Garden of Eden the musical where they just all sing shit.
Oh yeah,
that would be funny to me. All right, so that's your choice.
Yeah.
Barack Obama Devil from the Bible miniseries.
Yes.
All right, got you. I'm gonna pick a this is very much different. Just because it's such an iconic image and it's such an iconic character, done by an iconic actor. But I'm gonna pick the Prince of Darkness, played by Tim Curry in the movie Legend, with the fucking huge horns.
Yep.
And just the crazy amount of fucking makeup they put on. I didn't send you a picture of that, Randy, but could you find one real quick?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Legend, it's a mediocre fantasy movie. It's okay, but Tim Curry's character is fucking epic, and he has so many quotable. Like, he just embodies that fucking. He's so good.
You get to see Tom Cruise's old teeth.
Yes, you do. And his bad skin.
Yeah.
But young Tom Cruise, and Tim Curry, and a bunch of other no names that never did anything again. But it's a pretty decent movie overall, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh no, like that depiction of the devil is fucking top notch. It is like he looks so fucking badass. He's huge.
Yeah.
It's a Ridley Scott film. It's fucking It's definitely the one in my mind where I was like, the one to beat. You know what I mean? Like where I was like, okay, that is all the way epic.
Yeah.
It fucking 100%.
I did try to find something else that was better and I couldn't. So that's going to be it. Tim Curry in Legend as the Prince of Darkness.
They also pitch his voice down like an octave too, so it's like super low.
Dope.
Yeah.
I don't know if they pitched it down or if he just did that voice.
No. It's pitched down a little bit, but it sounds fucking awesome. It's like,
it sounds dope. He sounds sinister as fuck.
I mean, he's already got a low as fuck voice anyway.
But
Yeah. It's fucking great. Love that. So yeah.
So those are our choices. My choice, Prince of Darkness from the movie Legend. Nariko's choice, Barack Obama Devil from the Bible miniseries. Do you have a backup, Nariko?
Oh yeah, for sure. This was, this one was like kind of hard because there was like a lot of like depictions of the devil that were pretty awesome. But I'm gonna go with the devil in the movie Fantasia from the scene Night on Bald Mountain.
That's pretty
good.
It's always been one of my fucking favorite things, even animated, frankly. Like, that was one I saw as a kid when they give you a free week of Disney Channel or whatever on cable. And you're like, cool. And then, so they played Fantasia, and that was like it was like, oh, it's pretty or whatever. But like that one was the one where I was like, this is the sickest shit. Like, I just loved it.
It is very tight.
If I had it like on VHS or whatever as a kid, I would have just that would have been the only part I watched. And if I had anybody religious in my family, they would have been very upset watching me do that. But it was so cool. So it's like basically this a storm hits this like moonlit meadow, and then and animals are fleeing, and then all of a sudden ghosts and spirits are coming out, and then this mountain opens up, and it's just two bat wings that were folded into a cone, and inside is a humongous demon that's just like Wagner is playing while he fucking just basically the swirl of skeletal horses and fucking people are just swirling around him. It's so sick.
It's really fucking cool.
There's a scared owl in a barn. It's got everything.
It's got everything you'd want.
It's got it all.
It's got a hippo ballet.
But that's from a different scene. But yes,
I know. But Fantasia is fucking weird. Fantasia is an animated fever dream.
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome.
That
It's
would
very
be
cool.
funny if the pink elephants and hippos came back for that, like just in that scene. You're like, what? They're back. So hippo with a tutu on comes twirling out of the. You're like, what? Why is that back in here? But yeah, it is a complete acid trip.
Yeah, Fantasia. I can attest to the fact that if you're on acid and you want to watch something, which you may or may not, Fantasia is a very good choice.
Mm-hmm.
A double feature of Fantasia and Pink Floyd's The Wall will make it weird for the rest of the week.
For sure.
Like, that is not at all what you want to do. But I did it once, and I'm here to report you shouldn't. All right, so let's see. There's a couple that I was thinking of, but I'm going to go with the character Lucifer Morningstar from the Sandman comics.
Oh, okay.
Because at one point, like, Dream goes down to talk to him to get like some of his powers back, and Lucifer just like, I'm fucking out, and he cuts his wings off and leaves hell to go just do whatever the fuck. He's like, I'm done. Your plan sucks, God. I'm gonna go do my own shit. And then he leaves and retires as the king of hell. And then later on, they did an entire comic series based around that character and all of his adventures. And it's fucking dope. At one point, he and the Archangel Michael create another universe that he's god of. And his only commandment is that they don't worship him. But then then people do. And so he just shows up and exterminates the universe because he's like, fuck it, I'm done. I don't want this. Fuck you. It's fucking fantastic. So yeah, Neil Gaiman nailed it with Lucifer.
So a real libertarian universe there. Huh?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
No rules. That's the rule.
That's kind of the case, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. That's great. I do like I like the idea too that the wings are the only thing tethering you to the netherworlds or whatever. You're just like, no, you're just like, ha, no wing meat keeping me here.
Yeah, right. I think it just made him stop being an angel.
Right, exactly, yeah. But I still think that's funny to be like, now to catch a bus. Like, it's just gotta wait for a bus now. That would be the thing that would, I think, more than anything, if you like stopped being an angel or whatever, like, or having powers, the first time you had to wait for a bus, you'd be like, oh, I fucked up. I made a huge.
Well, no, he didn't. He doesn't not have powers. He's just not quite as powerful.
Oh, okay.
And eventually, in the comic books, he gets his wings back because he needs them for some reason.
Okay.
You should definitely read that comic if you have not. Lucifer.
I love Neil Gaiman, so fuck yeah.
I don't know if Neil Gaiman was involved all the way in the Lucifer series. I think it was somebody else, but it's
I thought
really
Sandman
good.
was like all him, but
Sandman was Lucifer is a different comic series that was a spin-off from Sandman.
Okay.
Lucifer's in Sandman and then later has his own series.
Okay.
Same character.
All right.
So let's see. Do you have another backup?
Let's see. Do I? I had Tim Curry, but I also there's a really great movie from 1988 called Day of the Beast. It's a Spanish film, and the devil shows up in that, and he's basically like a smaller version of Tim Curry in Legend, but it's still he's got like a cool goat face,
like a Baphomet thing going on.
yeah. And so that looks pretty. I don't know. Yeah, not really. I guess there's also Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. There's like a giant, like an 80-foot pig man, like standing on like a metal, rock crunching, fire breathing thing, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know. You don't really let me down here with Metalocalypse. I was really hoping to find an episode of Metalocalypse that I was unfamiliar with. And yeah, the devil shows up once to try to get them to sell their souls for blues powers. And he's just kind of like a dude in a suit.
Yeah, it's not that cool.
Yeah.
I will say one depiction from the movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves. The devil at the end of that. The guy, I don't remember his name, but he's like...
Hold on. I want to say it's Peter Stormare.
Yeah, he's just like kind of a weird looking dude, and his depiction of the devil is really fucking cool.
So fucking cool.
So cool. He's like wearing a white suit, but is like leaking this this black goop that's just like burning his fucking clothes off while he's wearing them.
Yeah.
And he's like super goofy and fucking weird and insane.
He's just gross and like off-putting. And
he's
just
so
a gross
fucked
dude.
up.
Yeah.
He did a really great job
Super cool.
playing the devil. Cool. So that's a good one. But one of my backups was the snake in the Garden of Eden. Just because he made them eat from the tree of knowledge and taught them about being nude, and that's weird as fuck. So, and he's a snake, which is kind of cool, I guess.
You know what I would have liked if they took like a couple more bites, because here we are.
Yeah,
they only took one bite. Yeah, we took a nibble. It's like, hey, you know what? We should have maybe eaten a whole fruit. What do you guys think? Like, you guys instead of splitting one, like instead of splitting one. See, that's the thing. They split an apple. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They should have each had their own. That's the dosage for this for the knowledge tree. We got just enough to go, whoa. Religion's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
And then what was even the knowledge? They just realized they were naked. Hey, my dick's hanging out.
They never really say. It doesn't say specifically what the knowledge is.
Yeah.
But God does say at one point that if they eat too many of the apples, they will become like him, and he can't have that. So you're out of the garden. I got to keep you away from the tree, otherwise you're going to get as powerful as me.
Boy, well, he stopped it too soon.
Yes, he should have given him one more before they walked out.
He's like, take a couple for the road. Jesus Christ. My kid, this sucks.
Yeah, for sure. My kid H. Christ.
I'm just like, we got like QAnon and shit, and we're just like, man, why'd you guys split one? Like, it's always the way. It's always like, you don't want a whole one for yourself. You want. If I get a fruit of knowledge, will we split it with a table? Is that okay if we split a fruit of knowledge? If I get one, will you have some?
Yeah, one bite gives you physics, and the other bite gives you nudity, and that's it.
One bite gives you nudity. Deal. Yeah. 2 bites, and we were like, hey, AI computers.
Yeah, right. Right, exactly.
Flying cars.
So I think that's enough for I think it brings us to the polls. All right, so I don't. What were the polls again? What were the topics last week?
Last week we had B Movie Monster,
right?
Most Metal B Movie Monster, and Most Metal Stain.
Oh, right, yeah. I really liked the Stain topic. I did listen to the episode. I liked the Stain topic a lot. That ended up being better than I would have hoped.
Yes.
And actually, I want to give a shout out to Whitney Streed. Thank you very much for being on the show, co-hosting. You did fantastic.
It was such a fun. It was such a fun episode.
Fucking fun.
Super
fun.
They were great.
Yes, they absolutely were. So for Most Metal B Movie Monster, we had the Giant Claw versus the 3-foot penis monster, and with 71% of the votes, it went to 3-foot penis monster.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be hard to beat that.
It's really hard to beat that.
Yeah.
It's got
pretty
teeth.
easy, I would guess.
It's got teeth. It's a monster that is I don't know. That's why the world needs its B films. It needs its push those envelopes to show me things I haven't seen before.
Right.
Yeah. Uwe Boll's not going to give me one of those.
No. Anyway, fuck that
guy. So then for Most Metal Stain was Jackie O's dress versus Lincoln's chair And with 74% of the votes, it went to Jackie O's dress.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm actually surprised it was that close. Like, it should have been.
Yeah.
Like Jackie O's dress that's an epic choice. And I did not know that Jacqueline Kennedy wore it for a while. Like, not just to like, man, that is so tough.
It was, I was blown away. And then, there's pictures of her hanging out in that dress while Lyndon B. Johnson's being sworn in. And it's so fucked up.
Yeah,
it's
right?
fucking bonkers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody else is like, you sure you don't want to change? She's like, no. Like, it's just like, I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So fucking crazy.
And then for tonight, we have some results.
Oh shit.
Okay.
People have been voting. So far, for most metal Mortal Kombat fatality, Smoke is taking it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, he
up
kills
the
the earth, so that's pretty epic. That's hard to beat.
Yeah. And then for most metal depiction of Satan, it is going to Tim Curry's Legend.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is an iconic depiction
Absolutely.
of Satan. Satan himself was probably pissed. He was like, "Look, I can't even look like that. Like, what the fuck?"
Live up to that. Yeah.
If you see me after you see that, you're gonna be like, "Who are you, you fucking clown? Get out of here!"
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
My favorite scene from that is where I'm spacing her name. The
Is it
actress
Jennifer
in that.
Connelly?
It was Jennifer Connelly, yeah. Where she's like, she goes all evil and she's like, I want to kill the unicorn. And then Tim Curry's like, oh. Like, it's just like he's like just came his like fur pants.
Yeah, right.
Got all this extra lip move. It's so fucking good.
Yes. That movie, honestly, I saw that movie when I was a kid, and it was the first time I realized I really, really liked goth ladies. That Jennifer Connelly get up is hot as fuck.
Well, to be fair, she's a fucking bombshell and everything.
She's very attractive, but the dress did it. Like, for sure, lace, black, all of it. Perfect. Black lipstick, black hair. Fantastic. Which I think that's going to bring us to the Ride the Lightning round.
Ride the lightning round.
All right. So the Ride the Lightning round is where Nariko and I take topics that you've given us, and off the top of our heads, because we know everything there is to know about everything, we will tell you what the most metal things in those topics are. So, Randy, do you have a couple of different topics for us?
I do. You guys, they fucking crushed it tonight.
They've been crushing it a lot lately, honestly. Like, there's been a lot of good Ride the Lightning round topics.
2 Post-its full of topics.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And they are all so fucking good. One of them we've done before, but it was a live episode that we took off, so we can do it again.
Perfect.
But the one that I want, the couple I want to focus on tonight, the first one, most metal frozen food.
Oh, I got one.
Dan, you look real unhappy with this topic.
No, I'm not unhappy. I'm just like I'm trying to puzzle through like all of them.
I should say, contemplative is more correct.
Yeah, just roll and I'll figure it out.
All right, so Dan, you got a 4.
Probably not going to go first, which is good.
Yeah. Nariko, you got a Natch Twombo.
Yeah. Oh, Nat King crit.
God, you got one last time too. That's unbelievable. I think you made that up, Randy. You fucking fudged that roll. You just rolled your
Senior
dice and
Vente.
said whatever.
Double DiMaggio.
I don't believe you fucking
Right there.
fudged it. All right.
He was like rotating it as it gets tilted in.
As if I could see that far. Do you see these glasses? I can't see shit. It doesn't prove anything. That dice looks black to me as far as I don't even see the numbers.
I'm going to go with the most metal. This was the most metal frozen food is frozen fried calamari, and that's because they found out that a lot of companies were were just cutting up sections of pig intestine and calling it octopus.
Yes.
And no one fucking knew.
Wow.
Just eating the inside of a pig's asshole. And you're like, needs more ranch. Dippity dip, dip, dip.
Yeah.
So gross. Yes. Yes.
That is fucked up.
Yes.
Solid choice.
Solid choice. Oh, man.
That's how gross. See, that's why I don't eat anything rubbery with a rubbery texture. I've always hated it.
Could be pig's asshole.
It could be pig's asshole. I'm like, you just, as you're chewing and chewing and chewing, you're like, I don't know.
This feels like it's pushed shit through it before.
Yes. It's gritty for some reason.
Somebody else made that connection that owned a factory. Do you understand? Like, somebody was like, and they're like, why does this seem familiar? It's got a really familiar texture. I cannot put my mouth on it.
So, most metal frozen food. I am going to go with a brand of Tillamook ice cream. The salted caramel hazelnut ice cream.
Ooh.
Because I think it's fudge salted caramel hazelnut ice cream.
Ooh.
Because that is so fucking good. Only the devil could have made it. Like it is, I ate way too much of it during quarantine. In the beginning of quarantine, I had to stop. When I walk through the grocery store, my eyes find it, and I have to talk myself out of getting it every single time. The temptation is so fucking strong. That shit is so good. It is unreal.
Man.
It is so fucking delicious.
That sounds awesome. I'm with you, man. Gracie bought me. I have a thing about those Intamin's 3-pack variety pack of donuts.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
It's powdered
John's got
sugar,
the same
cinnamon,
thing.
and the plain. I love them, and I can't buy them because I will eat 12 donuts.
Yeah,
I will just
sure.
eat. I will eat them.
Yeah.
And then so I came over to my girlfriend's house the other night, and then she was like, "I got you a present." And I'm like, anything but 12 donuts. And then she was like, "I got you 12 donuts," and I'm like, "Fuck." And it sucks. I feel bad now because I was like, "Why? We're doing this." But like, I feel bad because I was like, I don't know. She was just doing a nice thing for me, but I'm also like, you're the. So I'm dating Satan. Is basically, I'm dating the devil. She showed up in the desert and was like, "Why don't you have a nice donut?"
Well, next time what you should do, it should be the 12 days of Entmans where she just like, oh, I got something else. And then you just bust out one donut and hides the rest of them. And you get to
She
eat
did.
it
Actually,
over
she
12
did do
days.
that. I ate 2 immediately, and then she hid the box. But then I found those immediately too.
Yeah, of course. You went looking. I mean, she'd have to.
Yeah.
She'd have to do. She'd have to hide it in another house.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah. I'm an Intamin's junkie. I will.
Yeah.
I'll root it out.
Yeah, I have the same problem, but not with those. I think they're Fran's old fashioned donuts, the ones with the frosting and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I will fuck up a box of those. Like if I get a box of those, they're gone. I'm gonna eat all of them.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna feel so fucking ill afterwards.
We live next to the Fran's Bakery. I feel like we could get them hot from the roller if we've like fucking worked it out right.
Yeah, but I like.
Oh, that's right. You guys are over there.
I like them out of the box. I like them to be.
I mean, but
partially
like
stale.
fresh. Like they just throw them in the box.
Yeah,
they're just the
I don't
freshest
like
one
them
of
like
those.
that. I want them fucking. I
You
want
don't
them
know that
aged.
you don't like them like
I
that.
want them
Old and
aged to
preserved.
perfection.
Yeah.
You have no idea if you like them. You're like, you just immediately were like, I'm pretty sure I'd hate them
Wait.
fresh and.
I've had old fashioned donuts that are fresh, and I like those shitty, fucking preservative filled 2-year-old donuts more.
Uh-huh.
Wanted a fresh donut, I'd go get a fresh donut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if I wanted real squid, I wouldn't be eating this pig asshole.
I wouldn't be eating out a pig's asshole.
Speaking of which, pig's asshole by a landslide.
I'm
took
sure,
okay.
of course,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Thank you, gang.
So yeah,
You guys want-
I was leaning towards the pepperoni pizza hot pocket, just because there's nothing good about that at all, or the meatball one, the meatball and marinara one, because that's just the devil.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows what that fucking meat is made out of?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got another time. We got another time for another
yeah.
topic.
For sure. Fuck. Let's go with no. Okay. Most metal Gatorade flavor.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to remember.
You
Gatorade
just
flavors.
remember color because that's what they are.
Yeah.
Well, I
Roll for
I
it.
honestly
Roll for
think
it.
that there was one that was.
Ooh, Dan, now you got a Natch Twombo.
Oh,
God damn! You're on.
Senor
First of all,
Rite.
your rolls are ridiculous. But
Yes.
Jesus
A
Christ.
Natalie Twempson. Nasty Natch.
And Nariko, you got a 13.
No, hell. Oh, no.
Whoa! A natural 13, huh?
I have a bunch of more stupid ass puns for 13 for no reason. An Ocean's 13.
And I see. The thing is, I don't know if this is a flavor or not. We never do any research on this.
Oh, hold on. I was going to say, like, if it helps you at all, most new Gatorade flavors are also the same as Old Spice deodorant scent.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
Like
just
Cold Mountain and
Yeah.
like Fresh Rocks.
I honestly wasn't there a flavor of Mountain Dew that was like electric watermelon?
Yes.
Am I thinking of the wrong
I'm almost
thing?
positive that's right. Randy,
Yeah.
Of
do the
Mountain
research.
Dew? Let me see.
No, not Mountain Dew.
Gatorade.
I think you might be right. I think electric
I
watermelon.
remember there being an electric something. Gatorade.
Is it electric
but maybe I
melon?
might be totally wrong about that.
I think you're right. I think it's green.
Yeah, I think it was neon green. It was not just green.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, oh
see
no,
it.
no. You know what? You know what it is? It's a flavor of Mad Dog 2020.
I get those two mixed up all the time.
You played a
Because
different.
whenever I'm parched and I've done a lot of physical activity, I just reach for a bottle of Mad Dog MD 2020.
The best part was I had your back on it. I was it's like, oh, yeah, he's right. That's for sure one.
I mean, I
Yeah.
also thought of Bling Bling Blue Raspberry, but I knew that was a Mad Dog flavor.
Electric. I love the look. Yeah, fucking pissing off a bridge is a sport, right? I mean, that's
Violently punching yourself after you drink is a fucking physical activity. You need a pick-me-up.
trying to break into a truck way station at 3 a.m. is a sport, right?
Of course. You need some refreshing. Oh, okay, so I actually do need to come up with a fucking.
Yeah.
actual
Yeah,
Gatorade
you do.
flavor.
Oh, that made me really happy though.
We can go by color too.
Seriously, just call it.
I'm just gonna go with the fucking original sour bullshit light green. I don't even know if they gave that a flavor name. It was just Gatorade. Like it was the very first flavor of
Oh,
Gatorade.
the first Gatorade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lemon, I think.
I don't even know if they gave it a name originally. It was just Gatorade, and then they gave it
I think you're right. That original yellow Gatorade.
yeah, and then they were like, "Well, we got to name it something," and then they said,
Put some salt in that lemonade and get it out of
Yeah,
for Florida for Florida State. God damn it, we need to sell this
right.
beverage.
So yeah, I'd go with the original OG
Gatorade.
Gatorade.
Gatorade. That is why it was Gatorade. It was
Yeah, because
Florida
it came
Gators.
from the Florida State.
Yeah,
I think it was University of Florida Gators.
University of Florida. Sorry, woo. The other meth party school.
Well, Florida State is the Seminoles, and they're probably going to have to change that at some point because it's not
great.
not great.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I'm gonna have to go. Oh man, what am I gonna go with? I'm gonna have to go with fucking orange. I'm gonna go with orange
It's a good one.
because there's yellow, orange, and red, and that's how you like. They're all just colors. Like it's never like you think of the flavor. It's just like red, orange.
It's red.
And I like
Gatorade.
orange because it's kind of gross. It's basically like salty Tang.
Yeah.
But I fucking crave it sometimes. I only ever drink the big three of
Right.
of yellow, red, and orange. Those are the ones I like. But yeah, I have no reasoning actually. Now that I'm grasping at what I would, but that would be mine. Orange. Okay, that wasn't very good.
I have to admit, years ago, when I was in my like 27, 28, my wife at the time and I were living in an apartment, and it didn't have any air conditioning, and when it got super hot, I would sit in my room and play video games and drink Gatorade. And I drank Gatorade because I was stupid enough to think it wasn't like full of calories. So my ex-wife had to tell me to stop when I gained like 15 pounds exclusively from Gatorade. Like it was like it made me fat as fuck.
Yeah.
And I had to lose all that weight.
That's a ton of sugar.
It's got so many calories in it.
It's any liquid like beverage that has sugar in it is like so fucked up. It'll blow your fucking mind how much sugar is in that shit.
Yeah.
And I highly suggest anybody take a run on a treadmill and let it actually count so when you find out, it's one of those things like when you find out how long it takes to run at full speed and burn off a single donut, you're like, fuck that. Like you get mad. It's like when you have a breathalyzer machine in your car and you realize how long it takes for one beer to get past through your system. You're like, I probably should chill out. Anyway, is that one of those that only I know? Anyway. Well, me and most of the people in Arizona know that one.
Do we want to do one more? One more Ride the Lightning?
Let's do one more. I feel like...
did we get any votes on the Gatorade flavor? The topic we kind of fucked up because we didn't really know any of the actual flavors of Gatorade.
I mean, I knew it, but I was like, I don't know.
Original took it.
Okay.
All right. One more. Most metal high school class.
Like year?
Oh, class you take.
Okay.
Like a class you take.
A class you take in high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all like class of 98.
Yeah, I was like, what? Like, the one I graduated in. I don't know what the... Class of 88. Not to age myself, but I'm older than most of you. All right, so let's see. Just roll.
Let's roll for it. I got one. I think there's an obvious choice here.
Dan, you got a 16.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Nariko, you got a 19.
Okay. Here's one they don't teach anymore, and for obvious reasons. I'm gonna go with Metal Shop.
Nice.
It's like wood shop, only with you have to cut metal and learn to weld and shit. Yeah, just incredibly dangerous. It was also the name of a metal radio show that was syndicated across the United States in the 80s and 90s, and it would be like, you're tuned into Metal Shop. So, yeah. So for two reasons, it's the most metal. Yeah. It was like, your teacher just has like a fucking burns on his face and looks like the smokers from Waterworld. Just like, don't screw, no horseplay. Lost 3 kids this year to horseplay.
Yeah. Let's see. So your choice is Metal Shop.
Metal Shop.
Great choice. I'm gonna go with freshman year PE. The reason, at least in my high school, the PE teacher at Tillamook High School was a legendary maniac. Like he had taught my dad. He was my dad's PE teacher when he went to high school, and I learned and feared this man from the age of 11 till I made it to high school. And they did not lie. Like, that guy was a fucking lunatic. He had been a drill sergeant in the Korean War. He ran 5 miles to school every day. A couple of years after I graduated, he had a heart attack and then ran to school the next day. One time we didn't work ourselves half to death, he was showing us the proper technique for pull-ups, and somebody in my class had the bright idea to get him to start talking about the Korean War and tell us war stories. So he proceeded to tell us war stories while doing pull-ups for the entire class. He never stopped. He never this man was a fitness maniac. His name was Mr. Gertzen. I only saw one kid talk back to him.
He did an hour's worth of pull-ups?
Yeah.
God.
I only saw him, anyone talk shit to him at all once. And I saw him pick that kid up, lift him over his head, and throw him into the bleachers in the fucking gymnasium and fuck that kid up. Like, it was unbelievable. That guy was so he was such a hard ass. But, like, you know, a legendary psycho. So yeah, just Mr. Gertzen's high school gym class.
God
just,
damn.
Just one of those things that can only happen in a small town.
Right. God, that's so fucking... I do kind of miss the psycho teacher, the complete fucking maniac. Yeah. Like, I don't know if that's still a thing anymore. I feel like everything's very sanitized, and you can't be a fucking complete fucking out of control psycho.
In junior high, I had a math teacher. If the class got too quiet and we were studying or whatever, every once in a while he'd just walk up and punch the fucking the filing cabinet, and just like everybody would fucking He would do that. It was so much. He had a gigantic dent in that fucking filing cabinet. That guy also beat the shit out of me with a paddle once, just because I was doing something I shouldn't have.
There was an art teacher in high school that would have these fucked up war flashbacks from like Vietnam. And one time, I guess he bit everybody's just like drawing, and he just bit the end of an eraser off his pencil and threw it and ducked under his desk. and everybody's like, "Oh, like a grenade."
Yeah, for sure.
I had a really great woodshop teacher that I can't remember his name, but he just was a fucking chain smoker, and every class was just his hell because you just sit there and shake, and he had like stained yellow fingers from just smoking all the time. Clearly hypertensive as fuck. Like, he was just red face with eyes bulging out, like you could just see his heart beating into every vein in his face. He's just like, and just shaking, and he'd always just be like screaming, "Stop doing this!" Just like losing his mind. That guy was great. Rest in peace, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Was probably one of the least healthy dudes I've ever seen in my life.
I might have mentioned this guy on this podcast before, but my 8th grade math teacher, Mr. Maskell, it was his first year. He just graduated from college. It was his first year. He had to do an internship somewhere. He came to Tillamook for some fucking insane reason. And my class treated him very badly. I remember he got really mad and threw a desk through the window at one point in class. And apparently we scarred him so bad that at our graduation, that class, like 5 years later, Mr. Maskell showed up, sat in the very front row of the graduation, and mean mugged every single person in the class and mouthed to us, "You're all losers." Like he just fucking hated us so much. He had to come see us and wish us a terrible life. And I'll never forget. That was just like that image, that broken man. I don't know whatever happened to him. Never looked him up. He was like, honestly, not that much older than we were. Like he's maybe in his 60s now. Like he was like in his early 20s when he was at Tillamook. So fuck, man. I don't know whatever happened to that dude, but that's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Like
that fucking rocks.
Because I was, you know, it went by names, so the A's started at the top. So I was sitting on the floor, like sitting 5 feet away from this dude that legitimately hated me more than just about anyone else. And he was just staring fucking murder at me the whole fucking time.
That rocks.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. Mr. Maskell. I don't know whatever happened to him.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Who won, Randy?
That would be you.
Oh, shit. Metal Shop.
Yeah, Metal Shop is hard to beat. I didn't have.
Yeah.
No, that fucking rocks.
Yeah, I could have talked about. Most high schools probably didn't have this, but my high school had VOAG, which is vocational agriculture, which was essentially an all-day class for people that just weren't ever going to do anything else. It was like a step away from just dropping out.
Yeah.
So they would hang out and learn about harvesting wheat or some shit.
Yeah.
Milking cows. It was fucked up, but...
Yeah. There was a nerdy kid at my fucking junior high in Apache Junction, Arizona, and that's like all he was like. His dad owned a farm, and that was like, he was just like, can't wait to get out of here so I can do some farming or whatever. He'd wear overalls to school every day and like mud boots and shit. And was like, hey, how's it going? When will I use this in farming?
Right? Yeah,
like, well, it's
there's
about
a few guys.
photosynthesis. I don't give a shit.
There was definitely not a small amount of kids at my high school that felt the same way. They'd be like, we'd be in algebra and they'd be like, how does this help me milk cows? And it's like, well, it's not. So then they just get up and walk out of class.
Honestly, I mean, fuck yeah. I mean, like,
yeah,
you know what you
wrong.
wanted. That kid loved farming. It made him super happy. He was so into it. And then, like,
yeah,
fuck yeah. I mean, probably gets to do what he loves now. I don't give a shit. Like, that's fucking great.
Yep.
You know?
It's weird that it happened down there, but...
Yeah, he's like, you know what I love? Dying. In the heat.
Right? Like in Tillamook, it makes total sense. There's just fucking dairy farms everywhere, but...
What I love about farming in Arizona is it's kind of like a big fuck you to God, you know? Anytime you make something grow in this godforsaken land, you're just telling God to go suck your dick. Look at that green shit where you didn't want it, you fucking asshole. Alfalfa.
Who doesn't like doing manual labor in a convection oven?
Dude, it's so fucked.
Farming in Phoenix.
Yeah. I'm growing beets in a kiln.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So I think that's going to bring us, that's the end of the show, everybody.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to our Patreon subscribers. We want to thank you very much for doing that. Remember, this Sunday at 4 p.m., we're going to be doing another watch along. I forget, the movie was great, but I can't remember what it was. What are we going to watch, Randy?
The Nick Cage classic Ghost Rider.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is going to be a fucking great show. So join us for that.
Yeah, sign up for the Patreon.
If you donate $25 or more to any Black Lives Matter group of any kind, just send us proof and we'll send you merch, including the dye and a t-shirt if we still have it in your size, which we probably do.
Oh, yeah.
And a sticker and just whatever else we got lying around.
We got shit.
We got shit that we can send you. Let's see. What else should I... I know I'm forgetting something.
Empire Pigs.
Empire of Pigs did our theme song, so give a shout. Buy their album. I think it's called Aghast, and I've listened to it a few times, and it's fucking dope. So
They've got a new album coming out in a few weeks too. My
nice.
buddy was just telling me, so really pumped on that, or maybe in another month. But anyway, it's coming out, so
yeah, that's gonna
we'll
be
tell you about that too.
fucking dope. And I guess that's it. I can't think of. We don't have anything to plug. I don't have anything to plug in the coming.
I
week.
certainly don't.
Yeah, you have the in 2 weeks, right, at Helium.
Yeah, but I was going to do that next week. But so in 2 weeks I will be. In 2 weeks I'm going to be doing a show at Saturday at Sanctuary, the Sex Club, Monday at the Garages in Beaverton, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Helium. So it's going to be like it used to be. I'm going to have 1 week where it's almost like I used to do comedy all the time, and then it goes back to nothing. So that'll be a fun week, and then a depressing month afterwards. But I'm looking forward to it. So yeah,
it's gonna be a fun weekend.
Let's see. Anyway. Yeah. So that's it. I think I'm fucking it up now. I fucking hate hosting, but hey, let's do this.
That's perfect. That's it.
I
That's
really
all the
felt
stuff,
like,
dude.
I just wanted to be drunk, and I couldn't be. So until next week, everybody. Fuck cops and hail Satan.
Burn the